We all say that we want more time, more energy, more freedom, more money, but then we fill our homes and our lives with things that quietly drain all of these. Hi everyone, I'm Charlotte. Welcome to episode 2 of A Lighter Life, where we talk about small ways in which we can make our lives a little bit lighter. One of the things that prompted me to start this series is the feeling of having no time. Always being in a rush and battling to keep up, meaning I'm forgetting to live in the moment. And I think it's important that we all stop to live in the season of our lives that we are in. And I'm so guilty of having this mindset of rushing around now to make my next season a better one. But I start to wonder, am I wasting this season of my life? And so when I took a good long look and I was honest with myself, can you guess where I found where I was wasting time unnecessarily? We all have commitments like work, family, our health, and other important things that take up a lot of our time. But what about the little things? And I'm speaking literally here, the things living with us rent-free, expending our time and energy, and many of us haven't even realised. We spend money on things we don't truly need, and it's a bit of a curse of the time we live in, where it feels important to have the next best thing. But then we end up spending even more time cleaning, maintaining, and organising all of these things. This adds to the pressure we already have in everyday life, and when you stop and think about it, for what benefit? When you buy something, you're not just trading money, you're trading time and energy. And we can look around our homes and really see it. Think about a shelf full of decorative ornaments, just for one example. Yes, they look nice, and many of us have things that we are sentimental about. But every time you go to clean, you have to take them all off, dust them one by one, and then put them back. And now I'd love to say that I'm such a good and thoughtful person that every time I dust these items, I'm having a calming and therapeutic experience, removing the dust and having a bright, fresh outlook and a warm and grateful feeling from the memories I associate with them. But if we're being real here, I'm not. Certainly not every time. Most times I'm in a hurry to get the dusting out of the way so I can enjoy spending time with loved ones, doing something to rest and recharge, or even getting back to checking the next thing off my to-do list. Another example is clothing. You have to store it, know how to clean it, or to take it to the dry cleaners. And that got me thinking, well, we always need clothes and there will always be laundry to do. There's no getting out of that. But for me, the best laundry day is where for my main wardrobe items, I can do one load of lights and one load of darks each week and I'm all set. But that's never the case, is it? There's always something that's hand wash only or can only go on at 30 degrees, or the fabric or the colour needs to be dealt with a different way. Not everything can go in the dryer, and it's raining out, so now you've got wet washing hanging around your house that you keep checking on time and time again to see if it's dry yet. And then some of it will need ironing and some of it will need steaming, and then everything needs putting away, and every now and then there'll be a trip to the dry cleaners. It does make me think if I had just one outfit each for every day that I repeat week in, week out, that's easy to maintain, then it's one less thing to faff around with and I'll always know what I'm going to wear, which would mean spending less time and energy thinking about it. Kitchen gadgets are another. They're expensive, they take up a lot of room, a lot of them are bulky. Some of them are tricky to disassemble parts to clean, and they need maintaining and can go wrong. And on the same sort of thread, any cookware, gadgets, crockery, utensils that can't go in the dishwasher. I'm long past my days of fancy plates that I have to carefully wash by hand, or cut glass that will smash if it goes in the dishwasher. I'm using my everyday ones now, knowing that they can go in the dishwasher and I haven't got to spend my time washing up after every meal. Bedding sets and towels. Yes, it's lovely to have spares, maybe even festive or seasonal ones, But if we're being honest, don't they just lead to linen closet mayhem? The tumbling tower of towels, as I like to call it, and the stack of bedding that rarely sees the light of day. Because let's be honest, we all have our favourites that come out time and time again. Or maybe you keep buying new ones and the old ones just don't seem to spark joy anymore and get buried at the back of the cupboard somewhere. And why is it no matter how much you keep on top of it, that linen closet always ends up a mess and requires your energy keeping it tidy? It would be so much easier if there were less things in there. And this one I hate to say, but it keeps playing on my mind, and that's houseplants. I love them, I really love them, but watering them has become a bit of a chore. And if you notice that there's one that hasn't been getting the attention it needs, why does it make you feel like you're really failing at life when it's just a plant? I love to have plants in my space, and I think this is where we have to consider where we are willing to expend that time and energy and where we are not. There will be some things in the list I've just said that are really important to you, and that makes them worth the time and energy. But I'm sure there will be other things where you think, actually, it's really not. And that's the good thing about this. It's up to you where you decide those important things are and aren't. And don't get me wrong, I love cleaning and taking pride in my space and making it feel like home and like my sanctuary. And when I get a quiet, uninterrupted day where I can actually do my cleaning, I really do enjoy it. But when I'm fitting this in alongside everything else in a busy week, that's when it starts to feel draining, and that's when it's really obvious to me that owning things isn't free. Every item in your home quietly asks for your attention, and all of those tiny requests add up until one day you wonder where all your free time went. Clutter doesn't just take up physical space, it takes up mental space. When you have fewer things, there's less to clean, less to fix, less to lose. Your home feels lighter and calmer. And I thought I'd dig around a little bit to see if there was any science behind this, and actually there is a little something. Visual clutter raises our cortisol levels, which is basically our stress hormone. So a clear surface isn't just aesthetically pleasing, it's mentally soothing as well. Living simply gives you the freedom to focus on what actually matters. Cooking a meal you enjoy, spending time with your family, working on a passion project, or simply having a rest. Living simply means having and keeping things that serve you rather than own you. And I think there's definitely something freeing in letting go of keep up culture, where you feel like you have to have the next best thing all of the time. Let go of that pressure and set yourself free. Now, buying less isn't about deprivation. I think we can all appreciate that some things we buy make us excited and happy. It's not about saying no to everything or getting rid of everything you already have. It's about giving yourself a bit of space for freedom. Every time you resist an impulse buy, you're not just saving money, you're saving hours of your future self's time. Instead of asking yourself, can I afford this? Try asking, do I want to take care of this, clean this, store this, use my time on this? When you start to think about your purchases in terms of energy, the feeling and the mindset changes. You stop filling your cart just because something's cute and start filling your life with what's meaningful. In the end, living simply isn't about being extreme or giving up everything you own. It's about clearing the path so you can walk through life with less weight on your shoulders, which I know is something many of us are striving for, that feeling of a lighter life. Every ornament you dust, every drawer you reorganise, everything you have to maintain in one way or another, it's all time you could have spent on something you love. And so I suppose the key message here is less stuff equals less stress, and that means more life. Alongside this video, I've also started a vlog series where I put these things into action, and so you can see what it's like living life on the ground in this way, trying to live more simply and more minimal in busy modern life. And I consider myself just to be your typical average person. I work full time, I've got bills to pay, I'm just trying to balance all of this and give myself more happiness and feel lighter. And in those vlogs I share how I give time back to myself, how I prioritise health and exercise, and spending time with my partner and ensuring we do the things we want to. We look at how to make the most of our evenings so that they don't go to waste after a long and busy day at work. And we'll also explore the importance of rest and giving yourself time to recharge so that you don't feel tired all of the time. And so if those are things you are interested in and you want to come along for the journey and try to make yourself just feel a little bit lighter, then do subscribe and follow along for this part of the journey. You're joining us right at the beginning, so it's a great place to start. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. I will see you again in another video very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.